welcome to my channel. Today we'll be discussing the values board, right? So last time we discussed the task board, and if you just came in, found this video on YouTube and you've not watched the last videos, well, I implore you to click the link above so that you can get all the content and get the basis of these talks, because the foundation of these talks is based on this video, right? So anyway, let's jump into the value system board. So basically, values, as they are described, is a set of principles, right, and ideals that guide your life, right? They help guide your life by determining what is meaningful to you and what you consider valuable. So in a sense, they guide your actions and they give your life purpose and structure, right? So you have a value system. You probably are you're following your value system intentionally and deliberately, or you're just on autopilot, right? So it's very important for you to be very aware of your value system, because if you're not, then you act out of impulse and out of the need for instant gratification. Okay, so like I said, your value system basically determines your interactions with people, your co-workers, your family members, your loved ones, and everybody in the world in general. Now, so if you want to live a better quality of life, you got to develop your value system. Okay, so it's up to you to decide, okay, what you find important alongside some basic structures, ideals like you got your personal values that determine what you find more meaningful in life, and they shape your character. You got some spiritual values, okay, so they determine how you connect to a higher power and your sense of positioning in a world outside the material world. Okay, then you've got, of course, your career values, okay, that they determine how you express your talents, your skills, okay, in your career, and so forth and so forth. So if you're working on yourself, you will need to know what value systems you are trying to boost. So let's say, for example, we've got values that are general, like let's say like integrity. Okay, so integrity is the quality of being trustworthy, and very well, if you want to have good friends, you want to be a good friend to other people, if you want to be appreciated and sought after, you've got to be this kind of a person with integrity, because people look for people who have integrity. Okay, and so you might need to consider what is your value system in terms of integrity. How do you go about that? Could be you also have a value system about responsibility. Okay, responsibility is a quality of being committed and faithful to a cause or to a person, right? You could have another one like what responsibility. Yeah, you could have also quality like patience and all those things that form a character that is admirable. Now, so you've got to determine what is meaningful to you, because that will inspire your action and ultimately the quality of value of life that you're going to lead. So once you determine, let's say for example, you're working on your career, you want to express your talents in the best way possible. So you've got to have performance. Let's say you've got to have performance at work as one of the things you'll be working towards improving this kind of value that you have. Let's say you're talking about family values. Yeah, you are working on relationship with your spouse. So that could be another thing that's on your list. So you come up with about a list of values that you want to work on, and every day you're gonna have to check them out. So every evening you sit down, and after you've relaxed, you sit down and work on your value system. So you're gonna list about, let's say, 5 values that you're working on. So let's say you're working on relationship with spouse, okay? You're working with a relationship with kids, on family values. You're working with a relationship with parents. You're working with relationship with your co-workers or colleagues, right? So you list all those 5 down. Let's say you're talking about also your value system in terms of finance. You're talking about saving, thrift living, okay? You're talking about, increasing your income, working extra mile. You're talking about, reducing things like impulse buying and all that. So once you've put your list down, every evening, every day you're gonna live consciously, all right? So let's say you find something that is interesting you want to buy, okay? And you remember that this is against your value system because you're trying to work on your finances and all that. So you're gonna stop that. Or maybe your spouse pisses you off and you want to react. Then you remember you're working on your value system about family. So you're gonna chill. So all this becomes like a guiding map for you to take action or to back off, right? So in the evening, you're gonna sit down with your list and mark it, okay? So let's say relationship with your spouse, you're gonna go back into your mind and ask yourself, how did I perform out of 10? And then you're gonna award yourself marks on that. And then go to the next value system, right? Let's say you're talking about finances. How did you perform? Give yourself a mark out of 10, and so forth and so on. Now, at the end of the day, you got to have a general score of your value system. That is, the sum total of 10 of the values. If there are 5, it's going to be 50. And and what you performed. So what you performed divided by the sum total times 100, and that's your score. Now, every human being likes to improve. So if you have a belief system, most likely every day you want to score better. And that is a better way of living. Try it and you will see the results. This has been a long video, but I think it was worth it. And if you like what I talked about and what I talk about this channel, give it a thumbs up. Sign up. We're going to be giving you more content, and share this with your friends and other people. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and God bless you. Goodbye.